Tyla, for a period of time, could do nothing wrong. She was the internet's literal golden child. Like literally, she was Miss Perfect. With her breakout single Water, it wasn't just a hit, it was a movement. TikTok was flooded with people copying her choreography. She won a Grammy for Best African Music Performance. Huge win for an artist so new to the global stage. She was stylish, humble, and proudly repping South Africa. Fans loved that she was bridging the gap between African music and Western pop. But that was, of course, until she burnt that bridge in literally one interview. During the now viral interview, Tyla was asked whether she identifies as Black, specifically in the American sense of the word. Her response was the worst response of all time. She said no. She doesn't consider herself Black the way African Americans do. She's simply African.
On these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person, what does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's even better.
Next one, please.
To some, this might sound like she's just stating facts, just stating the obvious, But context is literally everything in conversations like this. Tyla's entire breakout happened thanks to an African American-led industry. US fans streamed her music, danced her videos, and supported her Grammy win, all online and in real life. So when she distanced herself from Black America, it felt personal. I kind of understand where people were coming from on this. This isn't the first time there's been tension between Africans and African Americans. This is a long-rooted issue, honestly. It started way before Tyla has ever even been talked about. Many Africans don't use Black as a primary label. They refer to tribe, ethnicity, or nationality. But here in America, the States, Black means something so much deeper. It's tied to history, oppression, and culture. So, when she's in an interview and someone asks, Tyla if she's Black or not, and she hits, the world with she's African, that's great, but it hit a nerve with African Americans. It came off like she was saying, I'm not like y'all. Like she was elevating herself above African Americans right after benefiting from their support, their support taking her to Grammys and multiple awards and hit singles. And it just felt weird at the time. Still does. Even worse, it reminded people of other artists who used the culture and then left it. Post Malone, MGK, and so many more. They're y'all favorites, by the way, though. Soon after the clip hit the timeline, social media exploded. It literally had a mini Gulf War. People were unfollowing, deleting her songs off of playlists, and calling her a culture vulture. However, though, some defended her, saying she was just being honest about her background.
People are gonna talk. Look at Tyla. People been dragging the out of Tyla, and it's like the girl don't even address or talk about nothing. I'm starting to feel that people just don't like celebrities.
Others just weren't having it.
It's so funny how y'all are calling Americans entitled because we're asking for some simple respect in our country. I don't know if they have this saying in South Africa, but in the United States, we have a saying. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And if you can't figure out what that means wherever you are, you got to respect the culture of wherever you're at. Y'all tell us to educate ourselves about colored, but y'all didn't educate yourselves about the history of the word colored in this country, the country that Tyla is trying to do business in. The country that Tyla is trying to get support from to blow up her career. The country whose dollars she wants. She not checking for your rands. She checking for our dollars.
The argument was simple. If you're going to profit from Black American music and the culture, you can't turn around and distance yourself from the people who created it, which is fair. Tyla, you literally benefited off African American people, and they really rock with you. So completely just kind of disowning that part, that culture, is a little weird and strange. It came off that way too. So then the conversation started to happen. Did Tyla just kill her own momentum? Speaking of killed momentum, she literally just dropped an EP titled We Want a Party. Raise your hand if you knew she even dropped an EP. Right? I didn't either. but it sold double plastic, which is code for it sold about less than 4,000 units, which is super code for no one bought it or streamed that project. And what's even worse, Tyla hasn't said too much since the backlash. No public apology, no clarification, honestly, no real attempt to repair the relationship with her US fan base. That silence, for a lot of people, is loud, like super loud. Her team might be just trying to write it out, just trying to go past the question, not trying to acknowledge too much and hope the internet will forget about it. But it's been basically a year since that interview and people are still talking about it. People won't really let that go. And unfortunately, she's not saying much about it. Is kind of keeping it on her even longer. I think if she were to just say something more, like have a more complex conversation about it, because in today's climate, especially with the identity and culture being so sensitive, that's a risky move. If I was like her friend or like social media manager, it's probably best in this situation to say something. Honestly, Tyla, I think, has talent. She can sing, she can dance given, instruction. But at this point in time, I think she's just at a crossroads in her career. One path leads to redemption and understanding. The other, a slow fade into irrelevance. I really don't think she wants the latter. The moment she's in right now could define Tyla's career. If she leans in, learns, and bridges the gap between African and African American fans, she could bounce back and be stronger than ever. I know a lot of people like to compare her to Rihanna. I don't really see that personally, but comparison alone, I think she can reach that level at some point if she were to try to bridge the gap back, because before it was burnt, she was on fire. No pun intended. Winning every award, like every second, everybody kept talking about Tyla. You couldn't escape the radio without hearing that Water song, which honestly was having me lose my mind a little bit at the time. However, there is some people who honestly think the bridge is burnt and will never be restored again, which would mean she lost the very audience that made her a star in the first place. Let me know what you think. Do you think this whole ordeal about identity is being overblown, or is this issue a very serious topic that people should keep talking about? I go by Ridge University. I appreciate you for making this far into the video. Say a joke in the comment section. Let me know that you got this far into the video. I'll see you whenever I upload next. Peace.